Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to the Fifth Trooper Podcast. I'm Owen, and always accompanying me is my trusty co-pilot, Isaac. How's it going?
It's going great.
And we're going to dive into the Mandalorians. This is going to be, I'm not going to say a new player's guide, I'm going to say a novice's guide, really just any player's guide, because we all looked at these and had a lot of questions. And so I'm going to try to, we're going to, me and Isaac here, we're going to try to dive through and answer some of those questions and just kind of let you know what's coming out of what boxes, how many of what that you need, and all of that. So this is your one-stop shop for understanding the Mandalorians. But before we dive into all of that, just a quick hello to our Patreon. Thank you everybody over at the Patreon for doing this. We really appreciate it. If you like what we're doing and find this video useful, by all means, go to the Patreon at patreon.com/thefifthtrooper. And if you don't have any money to spare, just give us a like, leave us a comment, do all of the engagement things so that way YouTube will like us and we can continue making these videos. And various videos like that. It really helps us a lot. And I would love to know down below in the comment section, this is my call of engagement. Everybody down in the comment section, I want to know how you feel about the Mandalorian release. Because that's where I want to kind of start us off with, is just kind of the release of the Mandalorians to us is days away now. Right, like we are getting them just a couple of days. They will be finally released to us, and that's fantastic. But man, has this been a mess.
Yep. She has not been a clean release. That is, it's yeah. There's a lot. There's like a lot of questions, which I appreciate. There's been errata documents that are really quick to release, so like they did immediately respond, which that is not always the case in all games, so I do want to give credit where credit's due. Like, sometimes it's like, well, this is a problem. We'll address it in a couple months. Have fun, players. They were very quick to address. There's an errata document that's been floating around. I know the Scoundrels talked about it. It's in the forum posting, too. That helps clear a lot of stuff up. But, yeah, I mean, from a rollout standpoint, it's rough. Like, just, like, getting product, I think all the Mandalorian boxes are almost sold out, so if you can get them and you want them, please grab them. Like, if you see them, grab them, because from what we understand, they appear to be sold out a lot. So hopefully you pre-ordered some and guessed correctly. yeah.
Did you guess correctly?
Yeah, that was the hardest part.
How many things that you needed?
Yeah, by the time we had the full picture, most pre-order windows were already closed for most stores, and so it was kind of like when you got all the info, either you luckily had a store that maybe had overstock and you were able to like purchase with that info, but like 90% of the time you didn't. And so it was just kind of like a lot of people had to hopefully guess correctly. I don't know.
Yep.
If you have extra surplus, maybe consider spreading the wealth. I don't know. But they are flying off the shelves. Those Mando Army boxes are pretty much gone from what we understand. So,
And
yep.
Because of how AMG is treating the game now, these army boxes are supposed to be a limited time release. This is the limited time.
Yep.
So, sometimes people have said that when it's sold out on Asmodee's website, that you could wait a week or so and it might come back. I wouldn't necessarily put money on that right now, because this is supposed to be a limited time thing. This isn't supposed to be a thing that it lasts forever, and so we don't know if it is going to come back onto their website or anywhere else. For all we know, the stuff that is allotted, that the stores have ordered, is the stuff that exists. And if you've bought it, you've bought it. And I think that that mentality isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think that with the rollout of the documents, the Force organization documents, being as close as they are and as complicated as they are, has made this even into more of a mess. Like, right, it's like, I don't mind it being a limited time thing because people can buy the other boxes elsewhere and put things together. The problem here is the fact that no one knew what we needed to buy any of that stuff, and so it was a mess from start to finish here, basically. Whereas, like, the Blizzard Force and Echo Base boxes that are, again, limited. They said that they're trying to do this army stuff that's a limited run or whatnot. Okay, cool. So here they are as a limited thing, but we already knew what it is. We already knew what the Battle Force was. We already knew how much of what else that you needed to buy if you were trying to like come in on one of those boxes and have an Echo Base army or have a Blizzard Force Battle Force. Like we had all of that information, so you could pre-order or you could order the things that you needed or start collecting the things that you needed. I think it was a much better rollout than this, whereas we all just kind of scratched our heads, didn't know how much of whatever you needed. Everything was really left in the dark, and then the Battle Force org just kind of rolls up within less than 30 days of launch. I think it was 22 days before launch that they gave it to us, and they're like, here, this is what you need to know. And it's like, oh, that's not a lot of time, and that wouldn't have been a lot of time on normal stuff, let alone how complicated the Mando forces are.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of swords like pre-order windows are usually a month too, so getting it 22 days, like if you didn't make that decision until 22 days in, you might have even missed windows for certain stores, your local friendly game store. You can probably still find them online some places, but like I wouldn't try. They're probably going to dry up pretty quick. Asmodee has them sold out right now. I do hope that they run them again, or like maybe it's like the whatever fresh stock ran out. We just need to like update the thing. It's possible that there's still more printing. Maybe it's like on a yearly thing, like they print it for a year and they'll restock a little bit. I don't know. That would be great. That would be best case scenario. But if it is like a true, like we printed off all the Mando boxes that we were going to print off, yikes. It's like, yeah. You of course, you still buy the Warrior boxes, which we're going to talk about that and like how to like build the army if you don't have the boxes. But yeah, those things are like gold. If you can get them, get them. Hopefully they'll come back on the shelves, but it's not looking great about it.
Yeah. And the fact that we have like the customizables and some of the other things for the Mandalorians coming out had a later date. And so some of the things that were released in the Battle Force list, we can't even run. Like, it's just like, you can't, this is an illegal list. You cannot legally do this until these things exist, or you have to proxy them, which, you know, hey, print, play, proxy, we love doing that.
Yeah, it's a really weird situation for like any tournament that's being ran, like the one I'm about to run, which will have been ran, I guess, by the time this is posted. But like I'm running a GT this weekend, June 13th, 14th. I'm like, what do I like? What is legal? I was like, some of these guys technically have models in the game, some of them don't, which that's always been kind of a thing, and like it's up to TO discretion and stuff. But like it is, that always happens. Like you can't just. Anytime a new release comes out, there's going to be like a decision of like, oh, can we run this? Can we not? That's fair. That's normal. However, when we like, I am personally struggling to figure out like what is actually like legal list just in general. Like I'm not even talking about like what's been released and legal without proxies and whatnot. Just figuring out like, oh, can you put this unit in this list?
And we'll dive into the battle forces here in a little bit to talk about you know the best way of buying every single battle force without an army box, like the cheapest way to buy and get into any of those armies if those interest you, and what all of these products basically do, since we can build them in various ways and they can be used for one battle force or a different battle force. Like there's a lot of options here, and so I think that leads to some of the confusion, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But the thing that I wanted to also mention, because you just brought it up with the tournaments, and I think that it's really important for us to start thinking about this as a community, and as also, this is, I believe, causing some of the confusion, is that our wonderful people who are working the list builder sites y'all doing the Lord's work, as we
Truly.
all know, truly doing everything you possibly can. It's difficult for them, in my opinion, to put some of this stuff up because they are being demanded the second that there is an errata or a change or a new unit or whatever to add that into the list builders. And I get that. And I think that's great. The downside is that there's also the stuff that currently exists that needs to be errated out.
Right.
And so you end up having both live at the same time on some of these list builders. I've seen several people now over in the Reddit and also the Discord being like, oh, I can have 2 flamethrowers. No, you cannot. You cannot have 2 flamethrowers. One of the flamethrowers, Din's flamethrower, right?
Yeah.
The named one or whatever, right, is specific to Din. And that is getting renamed and to just a regular generic Mandalorian flamethrower. But because the list builders have to live in 2 different worlds of what currently exists and what will exist, they have both things listed.
Right.
And so people are thinking that they can take both when they cannot. One of them is changing its name to the other thing and is leaving. But they have to keep the Din's flamethrower there because that's still a legitimate item until the 19th.
Phased out.
Yeah. And so I think that there should be maybe some conversation about an option to toggle on or off future things, or maybe some sort of color coding system in some of these list builders or something of that nature. So that way it's a little bit clearer to new players or current players that aren't paying attention to all of the news and hubbub that's coming out, that they can see, you know, something in red text and it's like this is going away on this date, so you can use this until that day, right? And then you have stuff in blue or something, then that's like future stuff that this is not legal yet, but it will be. And I think that there has to be something like this to be able to start helping people understand things, because so many questions that I've seen has been around that stuff. Is just like, oh, that's the old Clan Wren card. That's still legal until Clan Wren comes out.
Yeah.
And so you have this like weird space where now they have like 2 unit cards for a little while.
Yeah, and like which one's legal, which one's not. You technically have the model. You I don't know. It'll all be better post 19th.
Yeah.
I think personally, I'm like having a crisis thinking about this tournament right now. I feel like we'll know how I lean.
Bind, right? Like it
is. It's a really hard
place.
spot for like a GT. It's a really hard spot because like you do need to run stuff correctly. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like by the time this airs and everything, we'll of course be kind of through that period. But it's a hard bind to be put in as a community and like TOs and like knowing what's real, what's allowed in and stuff. But you know, it's a new thing. Like it's kind of growing pains as well. Like they adopted a lot of these units, so I get it. Like there's no way to make this like perfect. And Mandalorians are cool. Like it's a net positive, but like I get like the hope. I don't know like how many other things would have to be updated like this that are such a broad sweeping thing. So hopefully this is like the last of like, oh, we have the old guard and the new guard. Like we're getting to more and more closer to like, oh, right, this is AMG's world now. Like they've fixed all the, or at least had a chance to touch all the things that were adopted. So
yeah, like don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for Mandalorians, and I think this is extremely neat play space that they designed a battle force that's technically 5 different sub battle forces. Like I think this is very neat. You needed to have more of a ramp up explaining all of this to us rather than just dumping a doc online and just being like, here you go. Like there needed to be a little bit of something with it, not necessarily like promotion pizzazz, but like explanations going with it, so that way we kind of could understand what's happening here. Because I think you know, this is the first time we've had something like this, and you're giving it to us in a short amount of time for everyone to try to figure out what it is. And then that's leading to panic buying
Yes.
whatever, because you're trying to figure out like how much of what that you need to run whatever faction.
Yeah. I don't know how feasible. Like, I understand like running special edition Echo Base, special edition like the Blizzard Force. Like, I get that, and like understand like it's a battle force, it's a smaller sub force. And I know the Mandalorians aren't their own faction, but they did say that they're not like just a battle force. Like, that classified them as an army. They're in this like kind of in between thing. I would love for there to be more support for that, because Mandalorians are such a big thing, and I know so many players that get into the game because of it. And like, as like a community builder and somebody that's trying to, you know, get players into the game, I know I'm going to have people walk by and be like, "Oh wow, those are the Mandalorians. That's what I want to play." Like, or like now the pitch, instead of being like, "Oh, go over to the shelf and get your starter army for 90," is like, "Oh, but you want to play the Commandos? Actually, you need like about 3 times as much money to get this army." And or like stuff like pirates, stuff like Ewoks, stuff like Geos. Like, if you want to run that, those personally, I don't get as many people come up to me like, "Oh, I want to run 1,000 Ewoks or stuff." But there are people that want to do it, obviously, and that's just like really expensive, like money wise. And I don't know. Like, I get it not being feasible to just like constantly have like a nice starter army box for like every battle force released, but I don't know. I would love to see like at least I don't know, like a 3-pack or something that's discounted of like the core. Like, like that way you just don't have to. I don't know. Maybe there's like a bulk of buy 2 get 1 free kind of pricing structure that you get past. I don't know, without creating like 1,000 SKUs of everything.
Yeah, I think that looking at this, I think Mandos should have been a starter set.
Yeah, I feel like they feel more like an army than a battle. They feel like more. If I had to like call them a faction or a battle force, I think calling them a faction with sub battle forces is more accurate. It feels weird to click on the mercenary tab in the list builder and create my Mandalorian army. I feel like there needs to be a Mando helmet at the top of my list builder.
I 100% agree. I think that the Mando forces should have had a starter set, and I especially think that because if they planned the release of all of this to be near the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. They wanted to capitalize on that being a joint kind of thing of just like, oh, the movie's out, people are talking about it, people are liking the movie and everything. Cool. Here's the Mando stuff on your way in, so that way you saw the movie and you liked it or whatever, and now you can start playing the game, or you know, it reminded you how much you liked Mandalorians and now you want to buy that force.
Yep.
Cool. That if that's your game plan, which it obviously was, if that's the game plan, then this should be a starter box and not the army box the way it is. Like, you should have all of the starting stuff in there, the rulers, the dice. And I know that there have been sets, the army boxes that have that stuff in it.
That's not
but
correct, right? That's like a mispack or something. There, I don't know.
I think they did it specifically for the expo, and I think that was a good idea. But for everyone else who's buying this on June 19th, the box doesn't say it comes with any of that stuff. So whether it's there or not, we'll find out. I hope it does, because I think that will give more value to this and make it more of a like, hey, this actually is for people to be able to buy and buy in. But also, if all the existing players bought it all, which kind of looks like it did, new players aren't really going to be able to buy those, and so you're kind of pointing players to pick up.
I don't know, and like this could be like I'm sure, like Asmodee obviously has a big part in this. Like, that's all the distribution, all of that comes top down, I'm sure, and so I'm willing to like understand that and everything. I guess like I'm sure there's a lot of moving parts behind behind like even like top down from AMG to AMG, I guess, that can't be controlled. But yeah, it's kind of a just overall. However, this is not the most ideal way to like to eat this elephant, I suppose. So.
I'm hoping that there are a lot of lessons to be learned here, and I'm hoping that people over at Atomic Mass Games and Asmodee are writing stuff down. That
I'm sure they are.
I don't think that this is bad ideas. I think their hearts are in good places, right? Having the launch of the Mando stuff to go with the movie is fun. I think
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a good idea. The same way that if they had planned it better, having some of the Shadow Collective stuff come out when the mall show came out, like lining up those releases like that, I think is a very good idea.
Our actions serve a greater purpose.
Yeah.
But I think you gotta just, work the kinks out, make it work a little better so that way it's a little bit smoother the next time around for
Right.
existing and newer players and your player base, really. Like, because there's too many lumps
Yeah.
in this that I'm just like, man, we are getting hit, and this sucks.
Yeah, I feel like it almost seems like the decisions were sort of made from like a broader marketing perspective, thinking that like, oh, well, Mandalorians are not as common as a stormtrooper. Well, duh. But like, I think it might have been underestimated a little bit just how many people really love Mandalorians and like have been wanting to have them like since they started playing Legion like 10 years ago. Like people have been trying to make Mando armies out of like nothing for the longest time. Like I know so many people, and like I know a lot of people that like want to get into the game because of Mandalorians. Like it's I feel like that might have been underestimated a little bit. Like from
I mean, the amount of posts that I see on the Reddit page of people just being like, oh man, I want to get into Mandalorian because I love the Mandalorians and I saw that they're coming out and what do I need to buy? And everyone just being really confused about it because until that document came out, you really didn't know. So yeah, like it was just like having that many question marks and not being able to capitalize on new players and being like, hello, new players, you're interested in
Mando
this
box.
thing. Here's what to buy. Here are the things that you need to run your Saxon, your clan Saxon, or your clan Wren, or whatever. Like, here are the things that you need. Here is what's like. It's just it wasn't very straightforward to begin with, and B, because of the fact that, for those that don't know, many of the things that you buy have pieces of different clans, or you can make into a specific clan unit. And so because of all of that, then you're like, well, what's
what?
What am I buying to get these units? What do I need?
Right. Yeah.
And
It's kind of a hard spot. And then like there's no starter army. Like the Mando's definitely like there's like I was saying, there's less percentage of people that walk up as a new player and they're like, I want to play Geos. I'm sure there are players that do that, but that's like not the majority. There's going to be a significantly higher percentage of people that walk up and say, I want to play Mandalorians as my first army. And that's like, sorry, buddy. Like, I mean, it's like it's going to cost about 3 to 4 times more to get into like that army than it is into a your OG4, what I don't know, maybe there's more boxes coming, fingers crossed, maybe, but if it's kind of, I guess what we've been told so far, it looks like the well hath runneth dry, so get them wherever you can find them if they're listed up.
Yeah, so, there is a steep slope here where I think that there could be some problems, and I hope that they just keep printing more, and
I hope these
more
don't
stuff
get
will
scalped
come,
for
and
like
it
$5
won't be that
billion.
bad. Also, before we dive into the pricing and what's in some of these boxes, I will say a lot of the stuff is really confusing. We're doing our best to decipher this for you. If we're wrong, please
blast us in the comments. Help me.
Help us help other people, right? Like I am saying it now. I am doing this to the best of my ability, and trust and believe. I have asked so many questions on various Discords and like researched so much here to try my best to make this as accurate as I possibly can. And it needs to, because there's just so much stuff going on out there that I don't want to add to the noise. I am trying to help us cut through the noise. So let's jump into the units, and we're gonna. This is a quasi sire buy kind of thing. Really, what I want to do here is for us to be able to explain what is in some of these boxes, so people know where they can get the stuff that they need. And then afterwards, I will go into the math and the numbers that I have run of how to get each clan for the cheapest price. So we're gonna dive through that, and then we're gonna start off here first with the Mandalorian Leader Box, because I figured that's that's a pretty solid start.
Very good place to start your leaders.
The leaders also sold out on Asmodee's website, but it is coming with 4 different units. You have the Armorer, you have Bo-Katan, you have Paz Vizsla, and you have Axe. Blanking on last name.
Wolves.
Axe Wolves. Thank you. Yes, Axe Wolves. So that is the 4 things that you have. The leaders here are going to be the Armorer for Children of the Watch, and you have Bo-Katan for Clan Kryze.
Yep.
The other 2, Paz is a operative, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah,
Yeah, he's operative, and Axe is an operative for their respective clans. Of Paz is for, again, Children of the Watch, and then Axe is with Bo-Katan, obviously. For anyone who has watched the shows, you kind of know their allegiances there. So you get 2 commanders and 2 operatives out of this box for $53.
Yep.
I mean,
notably, if you're like a Clan Saxon player, this does nothing for you unless you're trying to make like you can mix all the Mandalorians and stuff. But like, just like I'm thinking of like new players are like, oh, I want to run Clan Saxon. That's the Mando leaders. Grab. Hopefully, you can look at the box art and, and discern that those aren't Death Watch guys. But
if you look at the top of the box,
yes,
there's a little blue and yellow thing to help kind of color code some of this.
Correct.
I do think that's one of the best.
That's
things
helpful. That's very helpful.
Yeah, that's very helpful. So that way, if you're going for one of these, find whatever your color is and symbol, and then just follow that. And that's stuff that you can buy that can go into your lists.
No Clan Wren guys, no Clan Saxon guys in this box. Kryze and Covert.
Nothing for you guys. I will say these units look fun.
Yeah, you probably want Bo-Katan, like regardless. Like if you're gonna do it, like if you're gonna do Mandos,
this
you want
is
Bo-Katan.
the only place to get Bo. You can get the Armorer in either the Army Box or this. So also, plenty of people have bought the Armorer, the Army Boxes, and probably are only going to keep one Armorer with them. So there might be other armors floating around that you can buy from a friend who ended up with a second box or something like that. So
scalps on eBay for $5 billion.
Don't do that. Please do not make this.
These will be supported. Like I know they're sold out right now, but like these will be reprinted.
These will come back.
We're getting these back.
Yeah, this is not the things that are limited. The only thing that was limited was the Army Boxes,
the Army
and
Box
that's
specifically, which you can buy individually.
Yeah.
Which is
so again, that is what is inside of this box. If you are going those clans, you're probably going to want to pick this up. This is the only place to get Bo-Katan. So if you're trying to go Clan Kryze, you got to pick this up so that way you can have Wren in it. Also, so people are aware, inside of the Battle Force document, it says that your units need to match the clan of one of your leaders.
Yes.
So you can't really have Clan Kryze in there doing anything unless you have Bo.
Yep.
Right? Like you need to have the leader there, so that way they can lead them.
Yeah. Leaders is in commanders.
Yeah, sorry, commanders. Yeah.
Operatives aren't leaders, but you can't splash operatives.
You can have 2 different commanders basically. Like you can start an army and have Mando soup with one being Bo and the other one being the Armorer, and then filling everything out from there.
Oh, for sure.
You're gonna have a weird order control, and you're also not getting into the clan bonuses, which is kind of the point of sticking to the clans. But you can always do clan soup.
Yep.
That is a thing that exists as long as you have the leaders there. I think the only thing that you can't do is I don't think you can have Saxon and Bo.
No, I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can. I think you can run them back.
I thought there was like 2 commanders that were like you can't do this, but maybe I'm mistaken. And
there's a dark saber restriction or something on. There's some, I believe.
Yeah.
I'd have to look through it. I don't. Those scoundrels talked about it. There's a dark saber restriction. You can't. One of them won't play with the other if they have the. I think it's if Saxon has the dark saber. Maybe if there's a restriction somewhere. If someone has a dark saber, then they don't play nice with somebody else. I forget who it is, but correct us in the comments if you know exactly who it is. Cool.
And then jump into the next one. There's the Leaders of the Shadow Collective. This gives you Maul, Gar Saxon, and Rook. Rookcast. And so you might have recognized Rookcast from the recent Maul show. Maul does nothing for you, Saxon players, but Rookcast can be put into your list, and Gar Saxon is obviously the commander for the Clan Saxon. So if you're planning on going that route, if you wanted to go Death Watch route / Clan Saxon, this is where your leader will lie. This is the box that you got to pick up to run your Super Commandos and everything. So this is what you'll be looking for.
And you'll have a Commando Maul.
Yeah, and then you got a cool man. Yeah, maybe you end up putting them into a Shadow Collective army. You know,
you could just kit bash like a whole bunch of stuff on dude. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and then going farther down the list, you have the Super Commandos. The Super Commandos, much like the previous box of Super Commandos, is a box of commandos for the Death Watch / Clan Saxon, and only that.
Yep.
That's what's in there.
Yep. Actually, quick, if you somehow find a Shadow Collective starter, that's a really good way to get your man. I think that's cheaper. Maybe. What do these things run? They run like 60 something. It might be cheaper. I forget what those things sold for, but if you find one for like 100 something, like you would get Rookcast and not Gar Saxon, unfortunately. Gar Saxon released solo back in the day. Darn. I think. Yeah, he's not in that box. Is he?
I don't know.
I don't think he is. I
didn't put that in my math when I was mapping the clan.
It's a pipe dream anyways. I don't think you can get that box anymore. It's been sold out forever.
That box isn't really produced or sold, and so finding one is fingers crossed if you ever bump into one kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then jumping over to Clan Wren, you have the Clan Wren Mandalorians. Now, the Clan Wren box is not just for your Clan Wren Mandalorians that are the Special Forces unit. This is also where you're going to get your Ursa Wren and Tristan. So if you are planning on having those models, you will need to buy one of these to make those guys from that. So this is an Ursa Wren box. This is a Tristan box. And if you build Ursa and Tristan, and I think the Duelist, you cannot have enough models in there to also have a Special Forces unit. So you will need to buy 2 of these, one to make all of your heroes out of, and one to make the actual Special Forces unit. You cannot end up having just one box and getting everything out of one box.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yep. So that isn't really explained anywhere on the box. If you look online at some of the descriptions, they kind of do mention that. They're like, hey, Ursa Wren here, and Tristan Wren, and you could probably make somebody that kind of sort of looks like Sabine if you don't have a Sabine model sitting around. Like, that's what one of these boxes will do for you, and you'll have an extra person or 2 left over that you can have, and that'll end up. Yeah, you're either going to kit bash that with something else, or you're going to try to put that into a different Special Forces unit kind of thing.
Yeah, they're still on flight stands too. These are like the original Mando sculpts that they're not updated sculpts too. But neither is the Shadow Collector. Super Commandos for Saxon. They're the same models in those boxes that you would have gotten in previous iterations of Mandalorian.
And then from there, I would like us to then move on over to the
new stuff.
Main The main meat and potatoes here,
Yeah.
which causes all of the confusion, is
All
the
the new
Mandalorian Special Edition Army Box. So again, the special editions are also limited edition things. This is only going to be printed, printed however long. This is the first time they've done this, so we don't know. But this is not going to exist forever. They've said that these army boxes are not going to exist forever. And basically, this box is coming with 3 sets of the Mandalorian Warriors box. I want to make sure I'm saying that right, just to not confuse anybody. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Mandalorian Warriors box. Yep. So it's basically coming with 3 sets of that, and then you're getting the Din Grogu and an armorer. So you get a little extra stuff there, and it's basically a 2-for-1 for the same price as 2 of the warrior boxes. You're getting an extra warrior box, and then you're also getting the Din and the Grogu and the armor kind of thrown in there. So these were very good deals if you were able to get them.
Still are. Yeah. If you can get them, it's buy 2 get 1 free. If you're just want to do covert, then you don't even have to buy the army box. Like if you're like solo covert, this is the way. Yep. And it's the only way to get that Darksaber Din model too.
Yep.
So.
And if you are not going covert, these are still a good deal for you because you will probably need some of Mandalorian Warriors, and those Mandalorian Warriors can also be made into Clan Kryze units as well. So if you wanted to have a Clan Kryze Special Forces unit, this is what you would buy. You would buy either the Mandalorian Warrior box or the army box that comes with many of them. But that's the thing, is you can build this. You can build a Mandalorian Warrior set. Those sprues give you the helmets and the ability to basically make them into either Clan Kryze or the Warriors or the Initiates. Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for where's the Initiates box, there is an Initiates box. It's this. If you're looking for where's the Clan Kryze box, because you want to have a bunch of Clan Kryze Special Forces units, it's this. This is the thing that you need to buy to be able to do that. And again, not super explained. Also, this is the thing that you'll need to have for any fire support units, which is the Mandalorian Warriors fire support units that go into the support slot. That comes out of these as well.
Yeah, I think it needs to, like, you can also like think of it like basically Clan Wren, Clan Saxon. Those guys already had models in the game, therefore they don't need new plastic. All the other stuff is new. So
all the other stuff is new,
which is not to say you can't kit bash and do whatever you want, but like that's how it at least is built out by default.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be rubbing the crystal ball and looking into the future of tournaments. Just buy whatever Mandos that you can find and paint them whatever color you want them. Like, I know that tournament organizers and people are going to be like, well, your Clan Wren people are blue, and so I can't tell if that's Clan Kryze or not. And it's like...
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like most TOs... I've been reading the document and asking questions. It is up to the TO's discretion on a lot of this stuff. The only really caveat is that, like, the 50% rule is like a hard and fast for like a GT level. Your Adepticon tournaments, do whatever you want at your local scene. But like, as long as it's not confusing to your opponent. At the end of the day, they just want you to not be like confusing the crap out of your. Oh, turn my mic. Yep. You just want to not be confusing the crap out of your opponent by being like, oh, well, the blue guys are actually Clan Saxon and the red guys are actually Clan Kryze because I want to confuse you. Like, just don't be, malicious with it, and you should be fine. Also, shameless plug, for 3D printing, 50% of your model has to be plastic. There's a lot of bits. Just saying, you could print a torso off or something and like use some green stuff and start kitting stuff on. That's legal. That's like 100% kosher, good to go model. Like if it's just a chest, that's 50%. You're gonna have a lot of helmets left over. You're gonna have a lot of arms left over.
Paint them all
a lot of
gray
hobbying
and brown.
room here. Yeah,
paint them all gray and brown, and then you can just stick them in whatever clan you need them to be thrown into.
They're all just like the garbage clan. None of us polish our armor.
Yeah, like
Great.
it's very. I'm glad that they color coded everything. I'm glad that it feels like there's a lot of new stuff happening here because you can build all of these things in different ways, and I think that's very fun. Rather than having, you know, a clan Kryze box and a clan Wren box and a clan generic clan box and a Children of the Watch box. Like, I'm glad that they kind of built one thing that you can just switch the heads around and have different. I think that's fun. But they kind of have to tell you that a little bit more upfront, and so that way you're aware. So hopefully people kind of understand that, and that won't be too confusing for newer players, and that you can kind of wrap your head around that and be able to grab the things that you need. Now, looking at the Battle Force stocks, the thing that you need, because let's back this up. The battle all of the specific clans get a power-up of some sort, right? Clan Wren has their own specific thing. Clan Saxon has their own thing. Children of the Watch has their own thing. And then there's the customizable one at the end. The customizable one, you have a bunch of options, so you can pick whatever you want you pick 2 out of whatever's there. And also you could, like, put tanks in there. So that's, like, a fun... That is a fun thing. That's neat.
Grand Theft Auto Mandos.
Yeah. Like, that. I think that's a very neat thing. That's very cool that there's all of that there. But in order to get those bonuses, you need to have everybody in the thing be part of the clan. Everyone's got to be part of that build. And so if you put a bow and an armor together, you no longer have clan bonuses.
Correct. And that applies too for, like, the little, we've been calling them Mythosaur Mandos. Like, that means you can only run that with your, like, generic guys that aren't out yet. And I do want to correct ourselves. What we said earlier about, like, units being included with the same affiliation, it does apply for operatives. So you can splash, like, a Rook cast in to a list and take the, whatever, Clan Saxon, for example.
Yeah.
So Commander Operative, I think we might have only said Commander, but yeah. And that also applies for your, like, for the army bonuses, like we're saying here. Commanders and operatives and all the units all have to be the same.
They all have to be matching the thing. You don't get 2 bonuses for having, like, okay, here's a Rook, so I can get the Clan Saxon bonus, and I have a bow in that army, and so I get the Clan Kryze bonus. No. If you're mixing clans like that,
you lose it.
That all gets washed.
Yeah.
You can still build it. You can still do it. And
just gotta obey the rules.
Yeah. It maybe it'll be worth it because of how, you know, all of the different keywords here are working. It might be worth doing a Mando soup, but you're not getting the clan bonuses if you're going Mando soup.
Yeah, theoretically, I mean, you can take two commanders, 2 operatives, so theoretically you could run all 4. You could run, like, 1 operative of each, or or you know, one commander, like, of it. You could run 1 of each of those ranks, commander operatives from every single faction, and go complete total soup if you wanted to. I don't know if that's good, but it is something you can do that is legal. So do with that what you will.
You may not want to do that. Well, you can.
There definitely are some soup lists that are going to be pretty good. Like, I know that they were talking about those on our sister cast, the Scoundrels. So shameless plug for them.
Yeah, and so now let's dive into the number crunch here. So I did the number crunching, and I will show the work. But I have done the number crunches here for players that want to go any of these clans. This is the cheapest way without buying one of the starter boxes or army boxes, not starter box. It's an army box. This is the cheapest way to do it without having an army box, because I'm assuming that the army boxes are sold out, or that you didn't get one. If you got one, great. That probably cuts all of this price down by a lot. But I wanted to kind of also point out, this is how expensive it is to buy into this without having those on-ramps or those combo packages. And so look at that total and think about that sometimes, of just being like, if you want to do it, that's how much you have to pay. I will also say, these are not good lists. This is like, you're putting as many upgrades on as you can to hit that 1,000 point mark.
Yeah.
I will not say that these are good lists in any sort of way. I will not say this is like, meta list building and how you want to build some of these
Cheapest
plans.
dollar amount to get to 1,000.
Literally the cheapest dollar amount that I could find. That is what I was going for. It is by price. So
Get you into the game.
We're going to start with our friends over at the Clan Saxon.
The ones that don't play nice with anybody else.
Yeah. So you've got your Shadow Collective leader that you need to go buy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is assuming you don't already have any of this. If you have any of this stuff, things will be cheaper. But brand new, you're trying to get in, you're going to have to get Shadow Collective leaders, so that way you have a Gar Saxon model. And you'll probably also want to run customs when the customs come out in August 17th. I think I saw was when we're getting the custom models. So eventually buy those. Yeah. So August 17th, I believe, was announced that when those were going to come out, and then you're going to want
August 7th. Sorry. Yeah.
August 7th.
August 7th.
Okay, sorry, I was adding a one there. So August 7th is when those are coming out. So this will be viable August 7th. And past that, if before that, buy some other things, these numbers will go up. But when that comes out, because of the fact that it gives you a commander and an operative, and those are worth a lot of points, this is definitely a thing that you might want to consider doing so you can fill up some slots.
You're running like Saxon, Rook, and then a generic commander and a generic operative just to get you to like 400 something.
Yeah, and then you'll also have a box of Super Commandos. And then you'll have, because of the fact that you need to have 2 core units in the Mando armies, so you'll need 2 boxes of the Warriors, and then you'll want to build that to also have 2 units of fire support. So you'll buy that, you'll build it into Warriors, and then one person will be your heavy, and then the rest of that box will be your fire support unit. And so you're going to want to try to break your box down as best as you can into that and buy 2 boxes of the Warriors. And that is going to be, for everyone across the board, 2 Warrior boxes, because that's point value and cost. Yeah. Again, may not be the best thing. This was just the thing that I was toying with and trying to...
I mean, everybody needs at least 2. Like,
yeah.
You got to have 2 core, and so like you need 2 boxes at least.
At least it's not 3, but you need to have 2 core.
Yeah.
And so that will get you a entire clan at 1,000 points with a bunch of upgrades. Again, cannot stress enough that this is using like almost every upgrade slot. And that gets you a 1,000-point unit for $266.
These Mandos have the boots and the fur.
Yes. They've got everything. And $266 is the cheapest on ramp. Again, if you don't have any of the other stuff, if you don't have any of the things, if you don't find any of the army boxes, whatever, like, this is the cheapest army that you can build and buy. Is this? Yeah. So
if you're wanting to go like premium builds on these, you maybe like, it seems like the special forces are the dudes that are good, but yeah, that's just gonna be more expensive because you're kind of having to pay the same for like 1 unit instead of 2.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
They're pretty hefty though. They're like
another Super Commandos are $50 for a box. So if you want to have 2 Super Commandos and a lot less upgrades, that's putting you at $316.
Yeah. I mean, this is
the worst price I've seen for making an entire army, but also not cheap when you're looking at the starter boxes and a couple other things, and you can get a 1,000-point army in any of the other factions for like $150, maybe $200, depending. Like you could do it for cheap. Yeah, you could squeeze it in there for pretty cheap.
Yeah. My gut is like all these builds, which this is great, by the way. Owen did all this. So hats off to Owen. Like you could really start with these units though, and then like as you play and like save up a little bit more, kind of like start, you're probably just going to buy more of your special forces to kind of like tip this over into like, okay, I buy a special forces, cut some upgrades, and like start making a little bit more competitive list if that's your your thing. But this is a great way. This is excellent for getting started without the army box. So it's great.
Now jumping down to Clan Wren, which also has their own special forces boxes. For Clan Wren, you'll need a custom commander and hunter box. You'll want to have again the two warriors. That's pretty much the start for everybody because it's so many points and so cheap that I don't think there's a single one of these that is not at least two warriors and a custom. The customs. So you'll want those, and then you'll also want to buy a Clan Wren box so that way you can build Ursa, Sabine, and Tristan out of that box. And then you'll end up buying 2 more of their boxes for their special forces. And that will get you to 1,000 points. Again, all of the fun upgrades. And you're doing that for $307.
A bit more.
A little bit more because you're not getting your leaders out of a $40 box or, like a $52 box for some of the other ones. You have to buy a specific Clan Wren box just to make your operative and your commander. So that is going to be a little bit more expensive, but that is.
Oh wait, Sabine though. Box. Sabine's not in the Clan Wren box, is she?
Sabine is not in the Clan Wren box. I'm also proxying Sabine.
Right. Assuming you have one laying around.
Yeah, you're either.
She's not. Where is she
just
now?
Building a Clan Wren unit and then painting it purple and orange and just being like, that's Sabine.
Yeah, that's probably your best bet.
Close enough.
And that's like all these Mandos. Like nobody is going like even at the tippy top level tournaments. Like you said, it's usually up to TO discretion. Like don't feel like, oh no, like these Mandos can be other things and it's okay. Like don't let anybody be like, that guy's blue, you can't run him as that. Like just to reiterate that.
Because the difference between like the Mandalorian Warriors and the Clan Kryze out of that box,
paint scheme basically.
The difference is what, like a head and a cape?
Yeah, it's like it's like some little bits and stuff that you're throwing on them to make it different.
Yeah. And at that point, I'm just like, I don't care. Whatever you tell me that unit is what I will assume that unit is.
I'm 100%. Like, I have a bunch of old Super Commando boxes from like Shadow Collective days when I was like running pikes that like I'm just gonna build, and they're gonna be whatever. And if if I get DQ'd over it, I'm gonna out you on the cast, and that's how I'm gonna get you back.
This game is it's a. First of all, I just want to point out this is a game.
Yeah, it's a game.
Right?
It's
a game. We're here to have fun and tell fun stories and play the game. As long as you're not actively trying to cheat,
right?
Or like make up random rules or whatever, it's fun.
People are gonna be chill about it. Like it's
if you bring you buy one box of Mandalorian Warriors or whatever, and you tell me that they're Mandalorian Warriors on Monday, and on Tuesday you're telling me that that's a Clan Kryze unit.
Great. Cool.
I will believe you.
As long as
we'll
you know.
go with it.
Yeah.
I've seen people that have talked about having like colored rubber bands to put on the faces.
I was about to say that. Like little braces bands. Like we use those in Middle Earth all the time. But like you could use that, like you color code them or whatever. Like if you want, like paint them however you want, and then you can like mark them with that. Like dude, there's all sorts of creative things you can do to like make it not malicious to your opponent and easy enough to understand. While not having it, like, do not feel like, oh, well, I want to play 2 Mando armies, so I need to go buy more warrior boxes so I can paint these warriors up to look like Clan Wren and these up to look like. If you want to do that, great, love that, but like, don't feel like you have to break the bank to just play the game. Like, of course, we all want a hobby. We want to, make the stuff look exactly what it is and do all that, and it's just a little bit expensive to do that. To do that with the Mandos, if you want to do it. Go for it. It's not required. I don't feel like you have to spend $1,000 to, play the game here.
It seems to be around $300 is what you need to spend.
I feel like you have to spend $300 to play the game.
Again, this is also not with any of the other stuff that you like.
Right.
There's no rulers, there's no dice,
That's
of that
true.
stuff. Like this is just units. So If you're using this as a guide around the holidays and you're trying to buy this for your loved one, and you're like, oh, I'll follow this and buy this stuff, and this is, if they don't have the other things, you will also need to buy those. Just saying, if they're like brand new and they need the rulers, they need the dice, they need all that stuff too.
Those essential kits.
Yep. All right, jumping back to the clans and the price of getting the clans, we have Clan Kryze. Clan Kryze, again, custom. You're doing the 2 warriors, 2 fire supports. You will also buy the Mandalorian Leaders, so that way you have bow and axe in there, and then you will buy another one of the warrior boxes, just so that way you can turn them into Clan Kryze vets, and that will give you a grand total of $282. Nice. So not nearly as bad as Clan Wren, but still not as cheap as the Shadow Collective was.
Right.
Also, at the same price point is the Children of the Watch, because you're buying pretty much the same things here. You're buying the customs, you're buying the leader box, the Mandalorian leader box, so that way you have the armor and Paz Vizsla in there. And then you're doing 3 of the warrior boxes, so that way you have 3 of the warriors and then 3 fire supports.
This is the way. Do you have Mando in that list?
Mando is not in that list because...
If you have a Den, that's even cheaper then.
Or
you're going to have to buy the Legion.
You try to buy it in, put that in there.
Yeah, you're going to have to buy the Legion.
That might make that a little bit cheaper. But I did not run that in there. I think, well, hold on. How much is that Din and...
it's
Din and
probably...
Boba?
It's probably, let me see, I can look it up real quick.
Yep. I'm looking.
Load. Oh, it's show me Star Wars Unlimited. Oh, yeah, that box is $40 with Din and Daimyo Boba.
So if you run the Din, you'll probably be able to then knock off one of the warrior boxes and save yourself $20.
Something like that. Yeah, maybe.
So
yeah, world's your oyster.
Yeah,
that's
so
assuming
that
you have
one
a
actually
Den
would be
already, but
$262, making it cheaper than Clan Saxon. So
yeah, and notably, like Clan, I feel like Clan Kryze, Children of the Watch, and Customs all share the most. Yeah, they share the most plastic because they're all on new plastic. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely creative ways to like, oh, I can have both, or I can run like a Splash Kryze, Children of the Watch thing, like Bo-Katan and stuff, which seems to be like there's some synergies and stuff there. So yeah, you kind of. This is probably the it's the easiest way to kind of like splice 2 for 1. These guys can pull double duty if you're creative with your hobbying and painting and whatnot.
Yeah, and rounding out our list here is going to be the custom Mandalorian clan, and that is going to be the most expensive. And you're going to run 2 custom commanders, 2 custom operatives, so that's 2 of the custom boxes, and then 4 of the warriors. Which will then also give you 4 of the fire supports.
Yes.
So again, you're going to have to make sure that you're splitting the box like that. But that, in theory, should get you to 1,000 if you're adding a lot of stuff to it. And that'll get you to $332 for that. So all of these are batting somewhere in that like upper 200s to 300 range. If you cannot get the army box. If they keep printing the army box, gravy, everyone's happy. This is going to be awesome. If this was this was the limited time,
this is what you got if you can't get a box.
You're going to have to come in at like $300.
This is your caveat. This is U.S. prices too.
UK. Sorry, UK. Sorry, all of our European friends, and also all of the Canadians with the Canadian dollars. We're doing this in U.S. dollars.
US dollars.
I apologize. The next time we'll do this in Norwegian kroner. Confuse everybody.
Everybody. I feel like you're having a stroke. I mean, at least with the custom pricing, too, that's like probably the most solid foundation of units. Like you could just easily buy any leader box and then be able to do what you want. You know, if that's of any, it's like consolidarity prizer. At least you get.
I mean, like 4
warriors is probably enough to. You can build supers out of that. You can build squads and fire support squads and combinations of both. Like that's to be really feeling great about your options as a Mando player. You probably like the premium option is probably you want around 4 of those. I would say at least around 3 to 4 to just like have all the world as your oyster. But of course that is more expensive, but these are great. These lists here are like awesome for getting you in the game. It's the cheapest way to put a 1,000-point army on the table.
Yep, they're the cheapest way possible for you to put a 1,000-point Mandalorian army onto the table with what is readily available to us. As Isaac pointed out, if you can find the old like Shadow Collective starter box, that'll make that a great entry point. But
yeah, if you find
we're assuming that you're not finding any of these things because they're sold out or they're hard to find or any of those things, and so this is like just what's available at your store. And I don't think $300 is a terrible price point to come in. It's not great. It doesn't feel nearly as good as when everything was like basically $200, right?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't feel good.
There are more
inside.
expensive armies in the game. It's not the Onaka game, that's for sure.
Exactly. Like, and so this kind of goes back to what we started with talking about like the lumps of things that we learned is that like this gets these battle forces at a reasonable rate, and I want to see these battle forces at reasonable rates because otherwise people do not play them.
Right.
People don't want to buy a billion teddy bears, and so Ewoks don't get played a lot. Same thing with Geonosians. Like
that is true. So, like if there was a box for him, like it would be much more common. Like I would build the army if there was a box for him. I'm just not spending $700 on freaking bugs, or whatever it is.
That would be a good product for Angie to roll out to us at some point. Is
maybe like bundle options. I don't know how that works. I don't know how the pricing gets decided from the top down, but maybe there's like a buy 2 get 1 free. That's really all. That's the biggest part of the boxes is like getting the vast majority of like your core or whatever the main body of your force is. And a lot of those boxes are nice because you're usually kind of getting like a unit for free for buying everything. So like even if I could see like a buy 2 get 1 free thing, or like maybe it's just literally 3 unit boxes put in a box or wrapped with saran. I don't know. Like it doesn't have to be crazy, but that would like help the community a lot if there was some way to get 2 for or get 3 for somewhat close to the price of 2. That just helps and like get people in. It's hard, especially like you kind of to feel just like a great Mandalorian player. You really do kind of almost want to have 3 to 4 to actually feel like you have some flexibility and you're not like just getting these guys out with like every upgrade known to man. But well, this is what we got though. At least you can get in you can get your foot in the door, and then you play and buy a box here and there and let your army grow. That's fun too.
Yeah, so hopefully this has helped you figure out what you need to buy for your army. Again, I would say that none of these lists are good. They are literally looking at value of price and points.
We need to like have a giveaway. Like if you're able to like take these lists and like win a tournament, submit proof.
Heck yeah.
We have like a competition. Take these like Owen's starter Mando armies and like go win a tournament and then send it to us. We'll announce you on cast. Maybe we can work a prize out.
Yeah. I would love to see people run better versions. And our sister cast Notorious Scoundrels has done a deep dive into so much of this stuff. So if you're trying to figure out what your army list should look like, what kind of units that you want to have, which ones you're trying to avoid more, which ones you're going to basically be like running in naked, and the ones that you're going to be putting every upgrade you possibly can on, go watch their stuff. That's not this guy. This was strictly
counting your dollars.
Counting your dollars, counting your points, trying to explain what you needed to get a battle force together. So that way you hear this and then you understand when you go to the shop what you need to buy. So that way you have a Mandalorian army.
For sure.
I cannot testify if this is good or bad. I don't think that they are good because there's a lot of points.
You heard it here, folks. Owen is calling the meta. These are the winning lists.
No.
If you do bad, it's his fault.
These are like 8 activation lists. Like, do not
What do you mean? When I play into the 16-act Revel list, I'm not gonna just table that guy.
No. But hopefully this is something that will get you started. It will get you into the faction, the Battle Force. I will call them a faction because they basically are one.
Yeah, it's more of a faction than a Battle Force. It's definitely more of a faction than a Battle Force.
It's
I know it's
more
not
of a faction than a Battle Force, yeah. And so I definitely see that. I definitely will call them like the fifth faction, basically. And yeah, like hopefully this if you're brand new, this helped you know what that you want. If you're an existing player, hopefully this clarified some of the rules and things that I've seen online that everyone has been asking. Hopefully this makes it a little bit clearer. So when you go to the store this Friday, you know what you're buying and you know how much of the stuff that you're buying, and you don't end up like some people who have like 50 boxes of things on pre-order and, you know, down payments of their house have been spent on plastic. You shouldn't need to do that for this game. This game is meant to be fun and not
affordable and
not 40K prices, right? We're trying to be less than 40K prices. So if you got to just buy one set of Warriors and have little rubber bands on them to proxy them as different other Mandalorian units, go for it. Live your best life. Save your money.
Any community builder, any TO is going to be more willing to work with you. Like, do whatever. Like, get as long as you're not playing checkers and bringing empty bases. I'm like 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, "That's great. That's awesome." Like, yeah, those are Stormtrooper models. Like, cool. We'll work with you. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, that's cool.
We want to see people play the game. We want to see people in the store and play the game.
Yep.
That's. At the end of the day, that's what we want to see. And so if you go to a tournament to play, we want you to play. Like, tournament organizers aren't there to be people.
We're not just like, I want to DQ. That's awkward. That's IRED events. I come in every morning, I'm like, who's getting DQ'd today?
No. We want to grow the community because we love the community and we love Star Wars and we love playing the game. And so, like, we want you to be able to play the game, and if you playing the game means you have to proxy stuff, you know, you got to 3D print things, you use Legos as your
I love Legos
or whatever. Like, I've seen people.
I have a soft spot for Legos,
and I've just been like, all right, as long as the dimensions are the same, man.
We have silhouettes. I mean, like I know what the official rules are. Like, I get it. And like, I mean, you know, maybe don't take it to Adepticon, but like, I would say 9 times out of 10, most of your local people are going to be for it, and I would encourage you, if you're somebody that's not for it, to have a little bit more of an open mind and help the game grow. You know, within reason here. You know,
and also, especially at the start here, I'm sure that there are plenty of people that are looking at all of these clans because there's so many of them. Maybe you want to try them out before you buy some stuff.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so
you should totally do that. Like,
you should 100% play games on tabletop or proxy with stuff that you have and figure out how you can represent a clan, take it to your local game night, play, figure out if you like that clan, and maybe you don't like those keywords. And so then you're going to end up going somewhere else. And then you build the next clan. And so that way, before you purchase, you've tested it out. It's what Magic players do all of the time with proxying decks before buying Magic cards, right? It's just like, try it out, see if you like it, and then if you do, go buy the stuff.
Use whatever models you have for, like, whatever to, like, figure it out. Before you make especially like the Mandalorians, like, even before you paint them, like, if you're stressing out, like, I want my guys to be painted exactly what they are when I have them, like, okay, then that's cool. Like, run them as gray for a second. I know the unforgivable sin amongst many players is putting the grays on the table, but like, if you're trying to figure it out, like, there's some training and trial and error here that, like, it's a lot. It's a lot of cool new stuff. So, like, figure out what you want to do, paint them up how you want. You can run the
I've
blue guys with
already
the red
seen
guys.
people
like,
trying to figure out how to do magnets for the heads, so you could swap the
well,
heads
the
in and
torsos
out.
though, the torsos have color. Like that's my thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, what are you gonna do? Make all these guys just like click, click and snap? I mean, I guess that's a lot of hobbying. I don't know if it
Hey, when the click and snap stuff finally comes,
you just be
this would
swapping
a
the whole
pretty solid
mini
thing
out.
to-
Like unless your chess pieces are all neutral. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
that is our Mandalorian episode. Hopefully this was useful to you. If it was, share it with your friends, leave comments, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Go over to the Patreon, all of those things. We do really appreciate it. It helps us make more of these. And, you know, we're doing all of this because we love playing Star Wars. We love you guys. You know, we're doing it all for
The love of the game.